Okay.
All right. Welcome, LifeVantage. This is Darren Jensen coming to you from Salt Lake City, Utah, here in our media center at our corporate headquarters. We're glad that you're joining us here today for a continuation of our doctor series, where we spotlight some of our medical professionals and they teach us about some of our products. And today we're excited to be looking at our Physique protein shake. That's what we're going to be talking about today. And also we're going to be giving away some of these. So we're going to be giving away 3 of them. But what I need you to do on this Facebook Live is type in your name and your city. And then what we'll do, even if you watch this not live, type in your name and city, and we'll go back and draw some numbers, and we'll take a look at, we'll draw, like, maybe it'll be number 40, and the 40th person to put down your name, your city and state, let's make it name, city, and state, we'll ship you out one of these to your home. So make sure you do that as you're watching. Well, today, as part of our doctor series, we have one of our Elite Pro 7s, Joanne Shearer-Parkin, with us. And let me just read you a little bit about Joanne, because as I was learning more about her and her background, I was very impressed. So she has a lot of experience. So Joanne is a registered dietitian and nutritionist with over 40 years of experience in multiple practice settings. As a matter of fact, when she came into the business, Dr. Mark Gordon, who's a cardiologist, brought her into the business, and she was the director of nutrition services at a heart specialty hospital in South Dakota at the time. So definitely well qualified to talk about the need for protein. Joanne has held many positions in critical care nutrition, public health nutrition, diabetes self-management, food and nutrition management. Joanne has held numerous leadership positions in the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics and was instrumental in the development of the standards of practice for the dietetics profession. Joanne is known as a trendsetter dietitian, having been at the forefront of numerous trends in nutrition and dietetics. She was the first to adopt a Mediterranean diet in a hospital setting and a leader in promoting healthy food cultures in hospitals. So with that, welcome, Joanne. We're glad to have you with us today.
Thank you, Darren. Thank you very much for that great introduction. So,
well, it's easy to introduce somebody as well qualified as you. Well, Joanne, I know that just getting down to business, I know that you have a presentation for us. Why don't you take over and share with us about the Physique protein shake, and then we'll ask some questions at the end.
Okay, sounds good. I'm going to share my screen here and bring up my PowerPoint here real quick. Let me do that right now. And just give me a minute here to get that loaded up here, and we'll get started. Okay. So here we go. It's loading. Okay. So there we go. Okay. Again, Darren, thank you for inviting me to share today. And I'm going to be sharing about the Physique protein shake. And basically, the title of my little presentation here in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to be talking about how our Physique protein shake is for more than just weight management. So this is just kind of a little introduction to what is our protein shake. It is a protein supplement. It's not a complete meal replacement. So I want to keep that in mind as we go through the presentation today. And this is the nutritional content of it is 12 grams of protein total, 2 grams of carbs, and it's low cal. It's just 70 calories. And what's so wonderful about our Physique protein shake is that it tastes absolutely delicious. And there's just endless variety of options for smoothies and meals. I can tell you that I have been using protein shakes in the hospital setting for, 30 years, and particularly whey protein, which is going to be my focus today, is going to be talking about whey protein specifically. And I can tell you one of my biggest challenges in the hospital setting was trying to get the patients to drink these shakes because whey protein traditionally can be kind of gritty and have a little off flavor. So it's been difficult to disguise it, but not with the Physique protein shake. It is absolutely fabulously delicious. And the other thing about our shake that I absolutely love, it's what I call a clean shake. It's free of gluten, soy, GMO, no artificial colors, sweeteners, flavors, or hormones. And so that's a huge benefit. Okay, got to get my screen to advance here. Our protein shake is a combination of whey and casein. The reason for that, whey is a fast protein. It gets into your muscles very quickly. It's the best protein out there for building muscle and lean body mass. Casein is a slow protein, and it's really important for weight management because it helps you to stay fuller longer. It's called satiety. So this casein gives us that satiety. Now, when we're talking about a protein shake, again, whey is the go-to protein, absolutely. My favorite, the best out there. And as you're going to learn here, it's not only just for building lean body mass, it has a lot of other great health benefits. But let me just talk about the two main forms of whey that you're going to primarily see in shakes out there. You're going to see a whey protein concentrate, and then you'll see whey isolates, whey protein isolates. The whey protein concentrate is preferred over, at least for in my professional opinion, is much more preferred over the whey isolates because whey protein concentrate is what I call more of a whole food. It retains more of the bioactives, and these are the immune factors within the whey protein that helps with boosting up your immune system. Now, the whey isolates are often chosen because they have a higher protein content. But then you lose the bioactives, so you lose some of the health benefits of the whey protein concentrate. Now, our whey protein concentrate is, as Dr. Fifi said, from happy cows from Minnesota that have been grass-fed. And so again, that goes along with our clean shake product that we're offering here. And I believe too that they're grass-fed. I'm quite sure that, I remember if I correctly, that's what she said too. Happy cows from Minnesota that have been grass-fed without GMOs. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about why whey is way better than soy. So the predominant soy that you're going to find in shakes out there is called soy protein isolate. Again, it's a highly processed form of soy, so it doesn't have any of those like cofactor nutrients or bioactives. And the concern with soy protein is that it contains phytoestrogens, which are estrogen mimics. That is becoming a concern with hormone-dependent cancers, particularly. And of course, we know that now with plastics actually becoming contributing to some of that estrogenic effect as well. And so you don't want to load up on a soy protein isolate shake. In fact, so many of the protein supplements out there, and you go to the super, you just go look at some of the programs out there, and they will have the soy protein will be their predominant protein in their shakes and in their bars. Again, that's way too much soy protein. You should really minimize that soy protein isolate.
Joanne,
yeah.
I've got a question for you, and I'll jump in on a couple of these. I travel through Asia quite a bit, and people eat a lot of soy. Whether it's isn't tofu out of soy, and
yes.
what are some of the challenges of that if you have diets high in soy?
Okay, so soy, what they are consuming over in Asian countries is whole food soy. It's not the processed soy.
All right.
So it's the whole food soy. So that's okay in moderation. That's fine. I think what we're talking about is when they take and isolate the soy from all of the other, nutrients, that are in soy, and they're just feeding this isolated soy protein. That's probably the biggest concern. Okay. Good question, Darren. Jump in if you have more questions. That's fine. That's great. I'll answer them as I go along. Now, just a few whey protein facts for those of you that are not familiar with whey protein. It's a byproduct of cheese making. Do you remember little Miss Muffet who sat on her tuffet eating her curds and whey? Well, the curds is the cheese and the whey is the byproduct, is the liquid. Now, whey protein is a wonderful protein. It contains all of the essential amino acids, and it has the highest biological value of any protein. That means those amino acids get absorbed and are used much more efficiently by your body compared to other protein sources out there. And there's some wonderful calorie burning effects of whey, because whey helps to build muscle mass. And when you combine whey protein with resistance training, you're going to build muscles and you're going to have a calorie burning machine when you build that lean body mass. And one of the problems with the yo-yo dieting that happens, where people go on a very low calorie diet and they lose a bunch of weight, and then they find like 3 months after going off the diet, they're gaining the weight back, and they get in this cycle because they will be losing, if they're not being smart about their weight management, they're going to be losing their lean body mass, which helps you to boost your rate at which you're burning calories, because muscles are calorie burning machines, like I said. And there's some other benefits with that whey protein. Well, for the bodybuilders out there particularly, they're really interested in this aspect of whey. People are really working on building that muscle mass because whey has something called branched chain amino acids. That's that BCAA, and it's the highest protein source of these amino acids. And they protect the muscle from breakdown during exercise. And then when you take these after, especially when you take a drink with branched chain amino acids after exercise, it helps with the muscle recovery, and it also helps to build that muscle as well. Now, with whey protein and with our protein shakes, how many of you out there, the first person that comes to mind that you want to introduce our protein to would be your grandmother or maybe your parents? Even if they're not overweight, older people need whey protein, I believe, on a daily basis. They should have 20 grams of protein whey protein on a daily basis to help them with keeping holding on to that lean body mass. I'm over 60, I'm 68, so that's something I'm really concerned about. And that's a condition called sarcopenia. This affects about 30% of older adults. And sarcopenia is a loss of muscle mass as you age, and it contributes to frailty and increased falls, and also associated with a decreased lifespan. And it's also associated with oxidative stress and inflammation. We know all about those, right? Now, the branched-chain amino acids in the whey protein are particularly important for older adults over age 55. And what really worries me about older adults, then when they start following a calorie restricted diet, that they often just do not get enough protein. And they may look almost normal weight or overweight, but they may actually have sarcopenia because they may have the severe protein depletion. Remember, all of your body organs are also made up of protein. And so I just gave an example here of how much protein an older female might need when she's trying to lose weight. 180-pound female, almost 100 grams of protein. That's 2 physique shakes a day, maybe 3, plus some other protein sources as well, up to 10 ounces.
Joanne, just a question on that last one.
Yeah.
You gave a little formula at 1.2 grams per kilo of body weight.
Yes.
That's how much protein you need.
For older adults that are low, that are on a calorie restricted diet.
So that would be for both male and female then. Okay.
Yes, for both male and females. Normally the protein requirement, if you have an adequate calorie intake, if you're kind of like a healthy regular person, it's around 0.8 grams per kilogram. But in the research that I've been looking at, looks at older adults that are actually following a more of a calorie restricted diet, you have to bump up that protein to make sure that they're not depleting their muscle mass, their lean body mass.
So let's say there's somebody in their 30s, because you address the older people, but we've got a lot of people that are dieting now that may be in their 30s or 40s. Is there a ratio that they should be targeting for the amount of protein to take in?
Yes, absolutely. And this applies to younger people as well. When you reduce calorie intake, as a percentage of your calories, the protein needs to go up. A kilogram of body weight is 2.2 pounds. So for those of you out there that are trying to calculate, you're thinking, okay, I'm weighing this much. What is she really talking about here as far as actual protein? But a general rule of thumb, Darren, I tell people that for women, they're going to need between 70 to 80 grams of protein, and for men, anywhere from 10 to 20 grams more. Men have more lean body mass, so they need a little higher protein intake. And And it does come out to be between that 1 to 1.5 grams per kilogram of body weight. And there's some other factors in there too, Darren, as far as, how much weight training they're doing as well. That plays a factor in there. That's a factor in there too. But I actually think that 1.2 grams for anyone who's following a lower calorie diet is a good rule of thumb, generally, men and women.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Now I want to talk about some other benefits of whey protein that maybe you never thought about or knew about. And whey protein helps to lower insulin resistance. And this is really important because it helps to stabilize your blood sugars. Insulin resistance is the condition that over years can lead to type 2 diabetes, because insulin resistance can burn out your pancreas and can eventually stop your pancreas stops producing insulin. So this is a really important benefit of whey protein. So it helps stabilize those blood sugars. And also lowering your insulin resistance can help you burn your belly fat as well. The other benefit is that whey protein inhibits the development of cancer cells and has some kind of anti-tumor benefits, both from the immune factors that are in the whey protein, and also because whey protein increases glutathione. We all know about glutathione, the distributors, all of you out there, you know that our flagship product, Protandim Nerve 2, increases glutathione by an average of about 300%. And there's two ways that you can get that glutathione. Of course, can get it. The best way to get it, of course, is by taking Protandim Nerve 2. The other way to increase glutathione is to take what we call a precursor. You take something in food that gets converted into glutathione in your body. Because remember, you can't take glutathione in a pill because it's a protein. It's going to get digested. So whey protein is probably one way to do that. And so the cysteine it's an amino acid in the protein. It gets converted into glutathione, but it's not nearly what we get from Protandim, but it's still a great benefit. You'd look at that 30 to 60%. So you add Protandim Nerve 2, and then you have our whey protein. You just can't get too much glutathione. I mean, it's impossible. And it's just it's the master antioxidant for your body. So it's awesome. I found one study on whey protein that in a mouse model that actually increased lifespan. We know Protandim Nerve 2 does that as well. So just think of the benefit here of Physique Protein Shake along with your Protandim. Whey protein helps with wound healing. I've used whey protein in the hospital setting, in acute care, for healing wounds, particular diabetic ulcers and wounds. And whey protein boosts your immune system. There's so many great immune factors in whey protein. Yes.
Joanne, if you could go back to the last page really quick.
Yes.
I just have to throw in a legal disclaimer here.
Okay.
What Joanne was speaking of is specifically whey protein, not her Physique protein shake. And
No.
I don't know, what's that standard thing that our product is not certified by the FDA as a
treat, cure, mitigate, prevent disease.
I just wanted to, the regulators get a little specific. So I just wanted to make that very clear that you're talking about specifically whey protein, not necessarily about our product on some of this.
Right. Our whey protein doesn't treat, cure, prevent cancer or any of those. No. It's just, we're talking about
whey protein. Make that very clear.
This is a research in general on whey protein out there. Yeah. This is just the general whey protein.
It's one of those legal things I got to throw in, but thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah. So, just overall, just that there's some tremendous immune benefits from consuming whey protein. Probably more so than any other protein source out there. And so just my little chart here, some of the things that I didn't talk about, and I don't have time to go into talking about them, is that it, again, might have some benefits actually with maybe with your mood, cognitive function, just some muscle strength, for example, promoting bone growth, just a few other things that are the benefits of the whey protein. I just want to talk about a little bit changing gears and kind of end with this, because as you know, if you go to your supermarket or you go to your health food store in your community, you're going to see rows of protein shakes, whey protein shakes, complete meal shakes. And here's a Jim at our local grocery store and our big supermarket in our community here, looking at all of the different whey protein supplements on the shelf. So we were looking at what was out there in that compared to Physique protein shake. And what we found is that 7 out of 8 of the products that we pulled off the shelf had artificial sweeteners, colors, and flavorings in them. And the one product that was what I would say looked like a clean shake did not have the casein. So it didn't have the benefit of that combination of the casein and the whey protein. So in other words, there really wasn't a competitive product there. Now, what we found on the label was lots of artificial sweeteners in these shakes. And I just listed here some of the names of artificial sweeteners that you may not identify as being artificial sweeteners. For example, you look at oxalfame, potassium, and that's one. I think they call it Sunnit is the brand name on that one. Sucralose is the brand name of sucralose that we all know is Splenda. And of course, aspartame, brand name of that is NutraSweet. So that just gives you an example, some of those sweeteners that are not so good. And what I love about our Physique shake, of course, is that it's sweetened with stevia, a natural plant sweetener. So no concerns there. All right. So Darren, I think I'm going to end with this. And I guess just my message today would be that our Physique protein shake is not just for bodybuilders or for weight management. That you can see that there are many additional health benefits of consuming our Physique shake and in whey protein in general. And it's just, so it's just so many benefits beyond preserving lean body mass. And so my question to everybody out there is like, who could really benefit from Physique protein shake? Well, really just about everybody. Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree, Joanne. Well, thank you. I do have a couple of questions for you, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay.
I'll let you close off your screen, and now I can see a lot better. All right. So, hey, Joanne, thank you for that. That was very enlightening things that you shared with us. I was over here taking notes. So a few of those, you were ending off about how anyone can really benefit from using the Physique protein shake. Well, let's talk about, you mentioned those with sarcopenia, or as you get older to help give you an increased protein. You talked about those that are going for weight loss. Are there any other big categories of people that if I'm trying to think of people who might be interested in the product, who should I think of?
I would think categories. I guess we covered, and most of the categories that we covered were people with, I would say, anybody that is, of course, is, lowering their calorie intake, of course, for weight management, building lean body mass, active adults, any kind of active adults. Jim and I are, we're lean, we're not overweight, but we're active adults and we're over 55. So we get in our Physique shakes twice a day because you should, general rule of thumb is you can get all the benefits of whey protein in about 20 grams a day. And we have 20 grams of whey protein in each shake. So 2 shakes a day is going to give you the benefits. I just think, in terms of categories, I just think that there's just everybody could benefit from the immune enhancing benefits of the whey, at least, get a shake in a day. Yes. Well,
my thought was I was just looking through the labeling here really quick to see if it recommended an age. And I don't off the top of my head, I notice as I get older, I may have to hold this further back. But how old does somebody need to be to take this?
As far as I'm concerned, I believe it's safe for children. There's nothing in there that would be, detrimental to children. In fact, my 3-year-old grandson he loves Physique shake. and my daughter will give him a little protein powder every morning. So he's enjoying his physique as well.
Well, wonderful. Are there better times of taking the product than not? I mean, should I take it with food? Should I not take it with food? Should I take it, before I eat, after I eat? How should I use this?
Yes. I think as a general rule, if for people who are really working at building lean body mass, a general guidelines is you actually would want to take the physique shake before and after. So my suggestion is, if you're working out, if you're really going to the gym and hitting it hard, have a shake in the morning before you go or before your workout, and then have another shake right after your workout, because that will help with that muscle recovery and it will help protect your muscles. And that way you're going to be restoring and building your muscle mass and get that calorie burning machine going.
Now, you mentioned that that there's a difference between meal replacement and more of a meal supplement.
Yes, there is.
You want to just kind of clarify that
Yes.
so everybody understands?
Exactly. Meal replacement drinks will have added vitamins and minerals, and often the protein content will be higher as well. They'll often have some kind of fat source in them too. So it's more of a complete meal. With our physique shake, it's strictly just the protein, the combination of the casein and the whey. So it's not a complete complete meal. I prefer and recommend, actually, I believe that with our physique shake, it's a better way to go, because with our physique shake, you can add so many different combinations of fruits and vegetables and greens. You can add chia seeds or flaxseed. We add cinnamon to our protein shake to get the benefits of cinnamon in the morning. You can add, peanut butter powder, which is really delicious. There's just so many variations. There's
sounding good. You're making me hungry.
a lot of the meal replacement shakes, of course, have added the vitamins and minerals. Well, you can take a multiple vitamin, and if you want to make sure that you're getting that.
Well, I know from a corporate standpoint that there are very strict legal guidelines for a meal replacement. So if you say meal replacement, then you have to put a certain amount of carbohydrate in there. And we weren't really targeting carbohydrate. We were going for protein. Yes. So, and you also mentioned you have to put a certain amount of fat in. And we were really going to supplement protein, not to replace an entire meal, because that's a different category of product than what we have.
And you really can't replace food, because there's no way, because the United States Department of Agriculture has this huge database of all of the phytonutrients and phytochemicals and bioactives in foods. And it's thousands and thousands of these beneficial nutrients that are not vitamins and minerals, but that you're going to be missing out on those if you're just drinking a meal replacement shake and not getting the added benefits of actually eating some real food. So I like the approach with that LifeVantage has taken, is that we're going to supplement the protein and then we're going to eat real food as well. I love it, Darren. Way to go.
Well, Joanne, well, thank you. It's been a pleasure to have you on, and it's a pleasure interacting with such respected professionals like yourself that take time out of your busy day to join us and really to share the message with all of us out there, the thousands that will watch this, so that we can be better representatives of the brand and of what the product actually does. So thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. It's been an honor to be on the program today. Thank you so much for inviting me.
All right, just a reminder to everyone to make sure that you put in your name, your city, and your state, so that we can draw a prize. We'll be giving away three of the protein shakes. We'll probably draw those names tomorrow. So when you watch this tonight, definitely put in your information. So from Salt Lake and from our corporate headquarters, again, thank you, Joanne, and thank you for joining us today. We'll see you later. And remember, we've got a presentation tomorrow. So join us then. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.